Welcome to the Native Business Development Center of the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin and First American Capital Corp. Here you will find a host of resources to help you start a new business, expand your current business, and achieve your business goals. Legal and tax issues.
Hi, my name is Kathryn Allen. I'm an attorney at Godfrey Kahn on the Financial Institutions team and Indian Nations team. I'm a graduate of Michigan State University for my undergrad degree and the University of Wisconsin Law School for my law degree. I am also a member of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians of Northern Michigan. Today we will be talking about Native-owned businesses in Wisconsin. During this video, I will be sharing a lot of contact information and resources. At any time during this video, if you'd like to pause and jot down the information, please feel free to do so. In this episode, we'll be talking about forming a limited liability company, tax issues, and the free legal services program. Should you incorporate? Of course you should. By incorporating, you are protecting your personal assets from liability. If your business is sued for negligence, for example, only the assets owned by the business are at legal risk. There are many different types of business entities. For example, there are corporations that are owned by the shareholders. There are general partnerships that are owned by the partners. And what we're going to be talking about today are limited liability companies, LLCs. These are owned by the members and are great options for startups. They protect your personal assets, as we discussed earlier. They also have fewer filing requirements both at the state and federal level. Finally, LLCs are taxed only once. Corporate entities, on the other hand, are taxed at two levels, at the income level and then when the dividends are paid out to shareholders. On the other hand, LLCs are only taxed when the income is paid out to the members. Depending on what tribe you are part of, you may have the opportunity to form under tribal law. This depends largely on what tribe, what tribal structure, and the corporate structure of the tribe. This is a very complex issue and should be discussed with an attorney. When creating an LLC, you may have a lot of questions. First, you need to start with compiling the information for the articles of organization. This includes the name of the LLC, the registered agent of the LLC, which is the person registering for the LLC, but does not have to be the sole member of the LLC, the location of the LLC, and whether or not the LLC is member managed or manager managed. In a member-managed LLC, every member has the authority to act on behalf of the LLC. This can mean day-to-day tasks such as hiring a contractor or scheduling an appointment, or it could also mean big business decisions, depending on how your articles of incorporation are structured. Manager-managed is a different structure. Members appoint one or more managers to manage the business. Members can either be passive or active in the business depending on the corporate structure. Next, you'll need an operating agreement, regardless of whether you're a manager-managed or member-managed. An operating agreement describes the economic and voting rights of the members, and additionally, how the company will be managed. This often includes restrictions on members' ability to transfer their ownership. The operating agreement also documents managerial control and majority ownership of the company by tribal members for purposes of minority contracting programs. In order to qualify for preferences in contracting programs, you need to be 51% Native American owned and controlled. This will be outlined in your operating agreement. Depending on the size and complexity of the business, the operating agreement can be very simple or more detailed, like corporate bylaws. I would just like to note that ownership and control are very important in an operating agreement. So, like I said, depending on the size and complexity, you may want to consult an attorney to structure your operating agreement and help you guide through the structuring process. If the company is 51% Native American owned and controlled, it may be eligible for certain governmental contracting preferences. These include the Wisconsin U.S. Department of Transportation's Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, the Milwaukee County's Targeted Small and Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, or other state and municipal minority contracting programs. In order to qualify for these programs, you will need certification. Assistance is available through a number of different programs. The American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin, the Milwaukee County's Community Business Development Partners Department, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation DBE Support Services Office at Milwaukee, in which the information is listed below, the Wisconsin UCP, DBE, and ACDBE Certifying Agency, which contact information is listed below. Next, we're going to talk about federal and state taxes. Native American-owned businesses are subject to federal taxes. Native-owned C corporations are subject to federal corporate income taxes, and the owners are taxed on dividends paid by the corporation, regardless of whether the corporation does business on or off the reservation. Actively participating members of the Native-owned LLCs are liable for federal income tax and self-employment tax on their proportionate share of the LLC's net income, regardless of whether the LLC does business on or off the reservation. This means that you'll have to pay tax on your proportionate share of the company's net income. Native-owned businesses are subject to federal income tax and excise tax. An excise tax is like a sales tax, but a federally imposed sales tax. This is an example of an excise tax is on gasoline, cigarettes, or alcohol. Next, we'll talk about state taxes. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. The U.S. Supreme Court has held that states generally cannot tax Native Americans on their reservation. However, the matter gets more complicated when a Native American-owned business operates on and off the reservation. If you would like more information on the taxation of Native Americans, you can find it at the link below. Now I'm going to give you some examples of state taxation. The simplest example is if you operate your Native-owned business on the reservation and operate strictly on the reservation. In this circumstance, you probably will not be subject to state tax. In order to be free from state taxation, you would have to live both on the reservation and operate your business strictly on the reservation. However, the matter becomes more complicated if you live on the reservation and operate your business off reservation. The matter further becomes more complex if you operate your business both on and off the reservation while living on the reservation. This could subject you to prorated taxes. For more information on whether you'll be taxed and how much you'll be subject to tax, you should contact an attorney who is familiar with federal and state Indian law. Finally, I would like to discuss the First American Capital Corporation and Godfrey Kahn Free Legal Services Program. If you are a member of the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin and a Native-owned business, you may qualify for up to $3,000 of free legal services from Godfrey Kahn. If you would like to take advantage of this program, please contact Gary Mahar at the information listed on the screen. Godfrey Kahn prides itself on serving the needs of the Native American community throughout Wisconsin. If you would like to contact us, or me personally, my contact information is listed on your screen. Thank you for watching and good luck on your business endeavors.
The Native Business Development Center was developed by the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin and First American Capital Corp., who along with their sponsors and financial partners are committed to helping Native businesses in Wisconsin grow and thrive. Visit our website to get started today.